Hello everyone, this is Shabnam here. Welcome back to my channel, The Counseling Corner. In my previous video, I have spoken about how dangerous anger could be and what are the things which you need to avoid in case you are in the state of anger. Today's video, I am going to tell you what you should do to develop the tolerance level and what are the adaptive ways of displacing the anger in a constructive manner. Usually, there are two types of people. The first type, when they get angry, they usually resort to verbal or physical abuse. They might shout, scream, blame others or criticize others, or sometimes they might go physical. Some people even damage the property or ventilate the anger on material things. You must have heard a lot of cases where people have broken their mobiles or laptop or even TV. The second type of people is that they feel very uncomfortable in ventilating the anger in the presence of others. So usually these people suppress the anger, and what they do is that they ventilate the emotions in a self-destructive manner. They might start consuming alcohol, or resort to self-harm behavior, which is very common these days among the young people. And all this will give a temporary relief from the anger. So these are some of the negative ways of ventilating their emotions or intense anger, which should be avoided. How am I going to develop the tolerance level? For this, the first and foremost thing you have to do is gain self-awareness, a self-study or introspection about what are the things which trigger your anger, how do you respond to the anger, and what has been the consequence of your anger. You can note this down in a diary. When you get an understanding about what triggers your anger, you can do something to bring about a change in the situation or to avoid the situation. But certain things we cannot change and it is not in our control. So it is always better to let go and accept things as they are. The second thing is that I have already mentioned that you should not suppress your anger. So you need to express your anger in an assertive way, because if you shout and scream, no one is going to listen to you. Instead, when you get angry, just take out some time, calm yourself down, and then speak to people and express your anger and feelings in an appropriate way, in a calm and slow manner. And while communicating your feelings or views, avoid blaming others. For this, you need to use the I statement instead of the you statement. You can say, I felt hurt, or I got angry, or I think we need to discuss this issue, instead of telling, you made me angry or you hurt my feelings. The next thing is that you need to learn to forgive and forget. Avoid holding on to anger and grudge, as it will take away your peace of mind. The next point is that you need to take care of your physical as well as your mental health, because when you are not well, you tend to lose your temper. And sometimes if you're stressed due to too much of work or some crisis like financial crisis or any other crisis, you tend to lose your temper. Sometimes when something goes wrong in the office, the parents come back home and ventilate their stress and anger on the children, which has a very negative impact on them. So you need to learn to be an emotionally balanced person, and you need to balance between your work and your house. If something goes wrong in the office and if you're irritated, once you enter the house, you need to forget about it. The same way, if there are some issues at home or some crisis, once you enter the office, you need to forget about that so that you can focus on your work. So these are few things which you need to do if you want to develop the tolerance level. The next question is, what are the adaptive ways of ventilating your anger in a constructive way? The first point is that relaxation technique. You need to practice deep breathing exercise which will give you an immediate relief from your intense anger. The second thing which you can do is, you can close your eyes and count from 1 to 100 backward and forward. That will help you to calm down. The third thing is that take some time out and just walk away from the situation which makes you feel angry and avoid responding when you are in the state of anger. The fourth point is that when you're really angry and you feel like punching someone, you can just take a soft toy or a pillow and punch as much as possible. The next point is that suppose you're angry with your boss and you retaliate, then you are into trouble. He will ensure that you're out of the job or he will make your life miserable. So usually what people do is that they come back home and they display the anger on their loved ones, which has a very negative impact. Instead, you can just go into your room, you can just close the door, imagine that your boss is sitting in front of you and you can scream, shout and abuse as much as possible. So all your anger is ventilated as well as it does not cause damage to anyone. The next point is that you can just divert your mind. You can do something which makes you feel good. You can do some painting, or you can listen to some song, or play some music. You can also do rigorous exercise which will help you to calm down. You can go for a brisk walk, or you can go for jogging or do aerobics, and that will help you to calm down. Or sometimes you can also visualize a very calming and relaxing situation which will again help you to calm down. Another way is that if you're really angry with someone, you can just take a sheet of paper and pour out all your feelings and then dispose the paper. The last point is that you can talk to someone whom you trust and a positive person about your feelings and your frustrations. So these are few adaptive ways of ventilating your anger in a constructive way. But in case you observe that in spite of adapting these ways, still you're not able to control your anger, and your anger is becoming intense and prolonged, and it's taking a toll on your mental and physical health, as well as interfering with your work, as well as causing problem in your relationship, then it is a high time that you get in touch with the mental health therapist and take his help. Sometimes, based on the cases, medication would also be prescribed to help a person to calm down. Hope this information was useful to you, and in case it was useful to you, please do share my video with your friends and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Thank you so much.